Ain't had no role model, I'm the girl's role model. Stepping over haters, bitch, I'm in Balenciaga. I'm a robber, any robbers for them blue dollars. Huncho, ride foes, I'm a crypto. Southside with my brothers like a...
What's poppin' Day Nation? Today's video we will be reviewing a wig from Isee Hair. I love Isee Hair. Their hair is so good. I love to work with them. They sent me 4 bundles. They sent me a lot of stuff actually. They sent me these pretty lashes, and not 1 but 2 pair of lashes, honey. 2 pair of lashes. And they sent me a 16-inch frontal, and they sent me 4 bundles, 4 full long 26-inch bundles, baby, period, straight, by the way. And this is the frontal, not bleached, not plucked, but the frontal did come pre-plucked, and it came truly pre-plucked. I didn't have to do much plucking at all. And this is my Dayla's Dollhouse head wrap. I sell them down below. It's a silk wrap to help you keep up with your frontals. You can work out in them, sleep in them, just chill in them. It helps keep your frontals slayed and laid and right. So now we're going to get into the bleaching process of the frontal. You want to take your B2W bleach powder, and I like to use 35 developer and mix it until you get a thick consistency like toothpaste or icing. You don't want it runny, and I leave it on there until I see the knots starting to bleach to a golden brown color, and you see the knots are now bleached. Now I'm taking my mesh dome cap. You want to use a mesh dome cap, guys, and I'm using a 23 inch. I get not inch, baby, but y'all know, 23 head. I got it off Amazon, canvas block head. I like to use 23 inch because it's for my people with the big heads, and I got a big head. But yeah, as you can see, that triangle part that I was pointing to, it goes in the front, and the front of the head is the side without the number on it, and the back of the head is the side with the number on it. You can tell because it has like a dent, like a real head. Like the back of your head has a dent in the back. Well, mine does. So yeah, they have different number heads on Amazon though. If you have like a smaller head, you can get a 21, 22. They have 23.5. I just got a 23 because I have a big head. And whatever size your head is, that's what size you want to go with, because that's what size your wig will be. So if you have a big head, you need to use a big canvas head. If you have a small head, use a small canvas head. So now I'm taking my frontal, and I'm simply going to put it in front of the cap. Don't put it on the cap like that. You want to put it in front of the cap. You want it hanging off the cap, because if you line it on the cap, your frontal will be too small, your wig will be too small, your frontal won't get put on right, and there'll just be a mess. You don't want that. So you want it to be in front of the cap. You don't want it to line up on the cap. And I'm just going to pin it in the middle. And once you have all your sides pinned, you want to have like an M shape on your frontal. You don't want your frontal to be straight in the front, because your frontal won't lay right on your head. So make sure it's like an M shape, and when you bring your frontal back, don't pull it back straight, just pull it back. Don't try to make it go straight across the cap, because it's not going to come out right. Just pull it back, and wherever it lands. Like, don't try to pull it back on the cap. Pull it down, just pull it down. I hope you guys understand. But don't try to pull it back on the cap, far back on the cap. Just pull it down, and wherever it lands, it lands. It's okay to have some of your frontal hanging off of the cap. That's actually what you want, because that has to get cut off anyway. But yeah, so you're just gonna pinch back your frontal and pin it into the cap, into the head, so it can come back flat. You want it to be flat and have a M shape in the front, just like that, a M. But you want it to be flat in the back. I hope you guys are following along with me and can understand. But yeah, I'm just bringing this down, gonna do a little twisty twist just to get it out the way, so I can start sewing down the frontal. And I'm just sewing it down. I start on one side, and then I cut it, and I finish. So as you guys can see, I'm just sewing through the cap. You don't want to sew on any thick parts of the cap. You just want to sew through the mesh of the cap and just sew straight down. And then once you get to the very end, you're going to cut it and do the same thing to the other side. So just sew straight down. You can see me sewing through the end of that frontal into the mesh, Boom. Simple. Just so straight down. Boom. You see this thick part of the cap that I'm getting into? Do not sew in that. Sew on it. The top thin layer is what you're sewing into. Do not go through that whole thick band or your wig will not stretch and you're going to be feeling crazy. I sewed down the other side off camera. Now I'm going to start sewing in the bundles, and I'm going to use a white eyeliner pencil to draw lines just to give me a guideline of where I want to sew. So I'm just trying to spread them apart. I don't want them too close because you don't want your bundles close. When I first started making wigs, I used to sew them bundles so freaking close. The wig would be so thick, it looked so bulky, it wouldn't lay flat, like it was just a mess. So you do not want your bundles to be super close. You want it to still be full, but you don't want your bundles to be super close. Like they sent me 4 bundles and I only used 3 in my frontal because I don't want the wig to be so thick and full to where it looks just bulky and doesn't lay right. Like you don't want to be looking a mess, baby. Trust, okay? You want to look right. You want your wig to lay flat. So I just made my little white lines all across the wig just to give me some guidelines because I usually make them too thick. So this is my first time doing the guidelines and they really helped. So I just tried to sew on the white guidelines each bundle. All my bundles were the same blend, so I just started with any one. They were all 26-inch straight, super full, super pretty. Man, I love this hair. I filmed this video like weeks ago, like almost a month ago I filmed this video, and I'm still wearing this hair. Like I really like this hair, y'all. It's some good hair, so shop with Isee hair down below. But yeah, we're starting with our first bundle. I'm just taking my thread and my needle and sew it through that weft. And I am single wefting. Some people like to double weft. I single weft. Sometimes I double weft. It just depends. It just depends. It just depends. But here I am single wefting, and I'm just sticking it through, and I'm gonna go in and out, in and out, in and out, up and down, up and down, up and down, all throughout the wig. Actually, guys, I did not single weft. Like I said, I filmed this video almost a month ago, so I barely remember. I double weft. And once I got towards the top, I single wefted. So it would lay flat and it won't be bulky or too thick up there because you want your frontal to lay flat over your tracks. So I did double weft, and I just flip my tracks. I don't cut my tracks. I just flip them. And when you flip them, you want to double knot before you flip, and then proceed and sew it all the way up just like I'm doing. Then once you get to the end, you're going to double weft it, and you're just going to keep flipping it back and forth because I know some people don't like to cut tracks, so I just double mine. It's easier that way. Just double them, and y'all see me working my way up to the top. Okay, just sewing, and that's one bundle. As you can see, I'm almost done with the wig with just one bundle because Isee bundles are thick. They come thick and full, and that is a good thing. So now we are on to our second bundle. Let's dig in. So as you guys can see, I did finish the wig. My camera died, so I wasn't able to film the whole process. But this is the wig finished. Not customized. I didn't pluck it, flat iron it, or anything. So it's just just got done getting sewn together. So yeah, and you can watch me struggle to take the cap off until I realized that the pins were still in. That's why the wig wasn't coming off. But yeah, I finished, and the last step you want to do is just cut your extra cap off, so you'll be able to see your frontal, and your frontal will be able to give you that scalp-like effect. And you don't want to cut too close to the cap, because if you cut too close to the cap, you can risk ruining your whole wig and it'll fall apart, and you'll want to fight, but you ain't gonna have nobody to fight because it ain't gonna be nobody fault but yours. So yeah, I'm finna show y'all how to cut that cap off.